Yes, people. We're back in the building once again. Some more hoop chat on the Big Free Show. Man like CM, man like Chino joining me in the building. Make sure you're hitting the like and subscribe button as you come through.
And
Man, them,
like Legend. Don't forget
yes.
Legend.
Legend.
Man like Legend making a small guest appearance as well. Come on.
Yeah, let them know. Yeah.
Yes. But man, then what you man saying, man? Another week of hoops to chat, man. There's been some good stuff, dude, this last week, man. So what you man saying?
Hey, it's a good week. I'm feeling younger. I'm feeling reinvigorated. And the NBA season is closing in now. So we've got a lot of stuff to speak about, a lot of good news this week, a lot of interesting stuff even happening today.
Yeah. Some mad stuff. Do you know what he's saying?
Hold on. I'll tell you what I'll say in a minute. Give me five.
You know what? We got Chino, man.
We got Chino, man. We got the David as well in here, man. We got yourself, bro. Yeah. We know. Chino told us, man. You got to join us. You got to join us before the season ends, innit? So let us know, innit? You come through, bro. I think for that last regular season chat, I got a couple of people may jump on as well with us, so we can really discuss some stuff before the playoffs and that.
So no more.
You know what I'm saying? But look. I want to start off with something a little bit different. I don't know what's gonna happen. YouTube might kill us, but let's do this, innit, man. Highlights of the week, man. There's been some big plays in the NBA this week, so let's take a look. That was a finish there by Kyrie Irving. That left-hand floater, bro. I mean, Chino was the one that tagged us into it on Twitter on Sunday. Like, I watched the first half of that game, thinking to myself, the Nuggets were gonna cook. Like, they were gonna cook them and continue their charge up the Western Conference standings. But that finish by Kyrie is probably it's a hook shot over Jokic, because Jokic was the guy guarding him for him to score that. So what did you think, bro?
I said at the time that was probably the best game winner I've seen since watching the NBA. There's been some great ones as well. Off the top of my mind, one that almost brought the same level of hype to me was that LeBron one-legged floater off glass against Toronto in the playoffs. That was a crazy game winner as well. He had one against Indiana, free, putting up. Yeah, I mean, that was disgusting. It was disgusting, bro. Offhand floater. I don't even know if I can find the words, because I saw somebody and I don't remember who it is now. But there was a journalist who asked Kyrie, look, have you mastered the game? And Kyrie said no. And the guy said, well, what have you got to work on? And he said, offhand hook shot, floater shot. And that is the exact shot that he won the game with. It's ridiculous, bro. I mean, I know we had a conversation, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, regarding, the clutch conversation between Kyrie and Steph, but man, you got to give guys like Kyrie their props, bro, because putting off shots like that over a guy like Nikola Jokic, big guy, difficult to shoot over. It was an incredible game, especially down the stretch, and Kyrie really held it down for Dallas, So credit to him, and he ends up, I think he scored 28 on the night, game winner, winning them the game, and to ice it like that, it's shocking. Nikola Jokic's reaction after, he's just smiling. Yeah. It's crazy.
I mean, I think that's
also real quick. I'm back. I just came back, but real quick, what I want to say before you man leave. Shout out to Kyrie. Shout out to all the Muslim. And shout out to Mark Cuban and the Dallas Mavericks organization. Way better than the Brooklyn Nets. The Brooklyn Nets was giving man banana, bro, after sundown, bro, during Ramadan, bro. Mark Cuban flew in a private chef, bro. that's gonna cook him vegan food, like type food that he eats, and have it ready as soon as the sun down. He gets it, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Dallas Maverick, man. But yeah, what CM say? Crazy shot, bro. Like, bro, that's a sky hook, bro.
It's a
Like
hook
almost
shot.
the 3-point line,
It's
bro.
a hook shot, bro. Over Jokic. This is clutch time. Like clutch time to win the game. Like, bro, it's a mad finish, bro. Like,
But yeah, the Nets, shitty organization.
they stink, bro. That the Nets
Brooklyn.
stink. Hey, they stink. They stink for real.
Yeah, do you know why they stink? You shouldn't even be saying they stink. You should love them, because how
I
the hell
know,
they
yeah. I
they
love
make
them,
you
yeah. I
you
love
man
them.
get Jason Tatum
And Jaylen
and
Brown.
Jaylen Brown. They stink, bro.
But they stink as an organization. Like just beyond that, like just that period of time with their big three. How they ruined that. That's an era that you could have had something. I mean, it would have been short term. Brooklyn are not they're not that much of a historic franchise in the NBA, but you had a window and you failed to capitalize on that window. Injuries aside for all of them players, but to even retain them, you couldn't provide them a vision or a future or anything. So
Because they didn't fight for Kyrie, bro. Like, okay, he
yeah,
didn't want to get the vaccine.
yeah,
You know,
like
like look how much people in other cities didn't get the vaccine. Like they should have shut that mayor down, bro. They backed that mayor. They should have
yeah,
shut that shit down, bro.
yeah. They should have give him some sort of an exemption or something because he's an athlete. Like he's,
They
you know what I'm
fight for
saying.
Kyrie. Yeah, they didn't fight
They,
for him.
they could have done it, but they didn't do it. So and then obviously he gets out, and then obviously we already know what's happened. But like, but yeah, let's move on to some other tough plays.
Night on a soft, slow boil.
Stop it. Stop playing. Just turn it. Stop it.
Turn it all the way down low and just let it simmer overnight.
Mr. Jaylen Green. Mr. Jaylen Green. Ooh.
Man, like Jaylen Green has been moving crazy over the last. I can't even lie to you. Some people talking about the baby situation. Man's got himself a newborn on the way.
Yeah, but I thought the powers don't hit until like the baby's here.
I mean, that's kind of true because when you got another mouth to feed, bruv, you got to play like you got to make sure that money's getting earned, bruv, because children are expensive. But yo, he's been cooking a lot like over the last few weeks. I don't know what you man have been.
Okay, you know what's funny? I think I like him. I think he wasn't. They weren't being coached when he got drafted. That coach, like, come on, bro. The guy's a nice guy, but the coach they had, very nice
Even
guy.
Sidus, right?
Yeah, bro, very nice guy. Never see him lashing out at the refs. But come on, bro. Like these are high level talents, bro. And it's a good like for what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? What they weren't gonna compete. That's his type of job, but with these type of high level talents, they weren't getting coached properly. And I feel like in the beginning of the season started off rough for him with the adjustments, what I'm saying, to the new coach and he don't have the ball and now he's playing system ball. It's not an ISO. It's not an ISO and just go get a bucket and just throw up a dumb three. Got to learn how to play within the system now, Ime Udoka system. And to be honest, Roland always say, you want everybody in Miami. Damn right I do. I want talent. We don't have talent. We have undrafted guys. So as soon as a talent is being pushed out of where he is, I want him. So when they were like the Houston and might be looking to trade him, I'm like, shit, send Tyler Hero there and take him. That's a very good athletic talent that spoke and developed. Damn right I be wanting talent, but yeah, I would have jumped on that if they were willing to really trade him. Like Jaylen Green got talent, mad talent, and he's not a bad player. And like you've seen it now. It's just he just needed to learn the system, get involved into the system, and just let his work. You know what I'm saying? Just don't think it's gonna happen overnight. Just keep doing the work. But yeah, I'm happy for him, man. But I haven't seen my boy. Is he injured? I haven't seen no Dylan Brooks fuckery lately, bro. I miss that shit.
Nah, he's there though. Like he's there. I see him. He's there, but
Is he playing?
I think he's in and out of the team though. To be fair, I don't think he's a starter still. I don't think.
No.
For real?
I don't think he's starting. Like, I'm not so sure about that. But it is what it is. I mean, to be fair, they're not even that far off the plane, to be fair. They're hoping for a big swing in these last, like, I don't know, 15 games or whatever. But I think they'll end up outside, unfortunately for them. So yeah, what do you think of Jaylen Green, man? Like last month, 2 months, he's been cooking a lot for Houston.
Yeah, I think in the absence of Şengün, his role is increased for that team, and Houston have been a very interesting side this season because we've seen them transform. A lot of what Chino said is true. We've seen them transform in the way they play, the way they approach basketball games. They may not be one of the best teams in the Western Conference for sure, because there's a lot of competition that we're going to touch on later on. But they've developed a lot in terms of their competitive spirit, competing on both sides of the floor. And Jaylen Green is one of those guys that you can see he has all the athletic tools, but also needs to develop his basketball mind, becoming a higher IQ player, a smarter player on the court, and these experiences only help to improve those situations. So being coached by a guy like Ime Udoka is great experience. Playing with guys like Dylan Brooks, I know we've clowned, but guys like Dylan Brooks, Fred VanVleet, and co, giving you experience, especially from the guard position. You're playing with a guy like Şengün when he is on the court, of course, back on the court, who's a phenomenal young talent and a guy that's definitely going to be one of the stars for many years to come. So he definitely has been cooking, been impressed from what I've seen from him in this last stretch of basketball, and hopefully that continues.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, I've liked what Jaylen Green's been doing over the few games that I've like watched him over the last month. He's taken a leadership role in this team now. I think this is year 3 for him in the league.
So,
if I'm not mistaken, year 3 or maybe 4. But yeah, he's definitely stepped up massively. And I think what's going to happen is, like, this team will step up another level, especially with the couple of rookies that they were able to bring in the draft, Amen Thompson and Cam Whitmore. Like, along with Jaylen Green is the future of this team. So I wonder what's going to happen, obviously, with the coaching of Ime Udoka too.
Also, they got Jabari Smith too.
Yeah, I forgot about Jabari Smith. Yeah, David.
Şengün is young.
The team is primed and ready to make another step up and try and challenge for playoff places next year. We thought.
I think OKC, like, you see how OKC been having these guys. I think probably like another year or two. I think next year they'll be like the OKC year with the Chris Paul when they went in the play-in. And then in the next another year, like 2 years time, they'll probably be where OKC is now. They'll be there.
Yeah.
If they continue the course.
Because the talent, I mean, the fact that they was able to bring in that experience, Jeff Green, Dylan Brooks, Fred VanVleet, was to try and fast track that this season. But because the competition in the West is just so tough, like, it would have been difficult for them to get, because all these other teams are on certain time.
Where are they right now?
They're 11th, I think.
They're one place behind Golden State.
Yeah,
what's the record? But I mean, Fred been out. Isn't Fred done for the season? Like, Fred been out.
I'm not sure if he's out.
Fred, I remember when Fred went down. Fred went down a while back before All-Star break, I think. I remember Fred went down.
The Rockets are 33-35 currently, and they're on a 6-game winning streak.
It's just like, that's what I'm saying. They're not far off, like, being 500, yeah. And it's just like there's this little bit of, like, it's so close. Like, you just don't know what could happen in these last 15 games. Golden State are hanging on to that 10th seed, yeah, like, with dear life. I don't know what their schedules are looking like in comparison, but it's going to be interesting towards the end of the season, for sure. Let's get into the next highlight.
138 on them down in Georgia. Turnover time taken by Johnson. He's going to go all the way and throw it down. And one. Wow, what a way to start the game.
And like Jalen Johnson dunking over Austin Reeves in that game early against the Lakers. Obviously, they lost that game, the Atlanta Hawks, and
power to my people.
That was a monster throwdown by him there. Like I feel like for him this season, he's definitely taken a step up as one of the Hawks' main players. Big, strong, athletic wing player. But you know what's going to be interesting is what happens with the team, with the Atlanta Hawks, because there was a lot of rumors with ahead of the trade deadline of DeJounte Murray going to the Lakers, for example. That didn't materialize. You know, last season at the trade deadline, John Collins left and went to Utah. You know, we thought that okay, cool. That meant Sadiq Bey would get a bit more of a starring role in the team. It's not necessarily panned out the way it is, and I think he's got an injury as well, Sadiq Bey. Trae Young, there was rumors of him potentially leaving as well. It's not really worked out much for Quinn Snyder there as the coach. I think that's not necessarily his fault because he's a really good coach, but more so because of the front office not being the best in terms of some of the decisions that they're making, you know, and they're ending up going to be a playing team, it looks like, again, trying to fight their way into the playoffs after only 2 years out from being Eastern Conference finalists, I believe.
It's crazy.
Were they Yeah, they were finalists, against the Bucks. So, yeah, what do you guys think of the Hawks situation just in general?
Man, it's a weird situation because when they brought in DeJounte Murray, I think a lot of people around the NBA space were kind of looking at it as a move that wasn't exactly going to push them and propel them towards bigger and better things. There were hopes, of course, with that DeJounte Murray's skill set could potentially shore them up, especially with Trae Young's defensive frailties and how their dynamic could work, but it hasn't worked out. There's been a lot of talk even about Trae Young and potentially matching him, fantasy kind of talks about matching him with Victor Wembanyama, getting him a point guard in San Antonio, but I don't know how that's gonna work out. But yeah, Trae Young's been injured for a little bit, but even then, they just haven't been able to win games consistently. You don't look at their team and think of them as a threat in the Eastern Conference alone, which is a problem. It is a problem considering that if they're not one of the better teams in the Eastern Conference, then how are you going to be able to compete even if you make it to the playoffs or want to make a run? So, yeah, there are a lot of changes that need to be made. I think they've got some promising players in Atlanta, but they just haven't done a good job of putting teams around or even making astute decisions around Trae Young, you know, or DeJounte. Things that would propel them, especially after that Eastern Conference Finals appearance. There was so much buzz after they beat the Knicks and stuff like that. Trae Young had a coming out party and and they just weren't able to push forward and propel themselves as an organization after that point. And I think that's a real shame.
Yeah. Like just the front office is dropping the ball when you have a success like that is where a lot of this kind of falls down. And then they had these issues with the coach, sack the coach and bring in Quinn Snyder. And then he's a good coach, but you don't give him the right pieces. So how can he really execute in what he wants? Like, I don't know. Chino, what do you think about the Atlanta Hawks, man? Like, there's been a lot of change over the last, I want to say, even like 10 years as their organization. They've not been great, but they was at that point where you're like, okay, now cross over, and they couldn't do it. What do you think?
Oh, this nigga asking me about the fucking Atlanta answer, bro. Hold on, let me unmute. Oh, I thought my shit was muted. My bad. The Atlanta Hawks, bro. What do you want me to think, bro? Bro, they got Clint Capella anchoring their defense, bro. Like, I mean, they're at the center. Like, the guy's an okay player, but like, Clint Capella eats off Harden and like Trae Young getting them lobs, bro. That's about it. I mean, that's one of the big part where I see them needing an upgrade is in the what is it called? The front court position. And then I feel like I like Hunter, but I feel like Hunter is like Mikal Bridges situation. Like if you send him to a net he will do like Bridges, just like going a crazy 10 game straight 40 point. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like Hunter can do that and he can play defense, but it's like Trey Young usage is so high. You know what I'm saying? You need Hunt like certain guys can't just sit in a corner like you can't turn Hunter into a freaking Harrison Barnes. You know what I'm saying? Like certain guys need touches to run the offense and get their stuff off also. But Atlanta Hawks, I don't know. It's a lot of things going on with them. I think the main issue is they don't know what direction they want to go in.
Yeah.
One moment it looks like they want to pull the trigger and go in a rebuild. The next moment they're trying to get these type of assets to compete, and it's like that's why they're in the play-in every year because they don't know the direction they want to go in. And I mean, it's probably frustrated for Trey Young, and I think Trey Young just needs to get up out of there.
Well, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens, man. They're gonna be a playing team again, and they're not gonna get too far as far as I'm concerned, because they're gonna be the team that's on the road, have to play 2 road games just to get into the playoffs and be the 8th seed. So, to be the 8th seed, I guess. But it's gonna be interesting to see what happens there. Let's get into the next highlight.
Jaylen Brown trying to get downhill, avoids the defense, gets it to go.
That's a left hand, bro. I had to do this.
Hey, Chino, I need Chino to talk up, man.
Hey, the left hand is working, bro. I don't know what man are saying, bro. Man,
Chino. Nah.
I'll see you, man, in a month. I'll see you, man, in a month. When teams start taking away his right hand in the playoffs.
Bro, he's been cooking with that left hand like for the last 12 games. We're gonna speak about JB. We don't need to speak about him right now. We're gonna speak about him in more detail a little bit later. Let's move on to the next highlight.
One opportunity. Cookie. Throw it up, Najee. Yeah, he will. See undefeated.
Man, like Zion Williamson. We're also gonna speak about him in a bit more detail next. And the last one for this week, this was a killer one.
Not attempt in that first half. Another turnover for Utah. Edwards gets it back and threw it down and one from the rafters.
That was that dunk was so filthy.
That's what I wanted to speak about. You know how you be like, oh, you want everybody in Miami? To be honest, though, the guy that like I would say, fuck everybody, get this guy to Miami is Ant-Man, bro. The guy is just like the mentality, bro. The first guy on Taylor Rook's interview to tell her, like, to be honest, the guy was like, yeah, I'm like where I'm at right now. I feel like I'm a 5. Like, feel like I could get better. Like, he's not like, yeah, I'm going to win 6 championships in the next fucking dickhead Jaylen Brown. Like he's just like, bro, I'm telling you, bro, that kid, bro, is destined for greatness, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like if he entered the league when the bald head demon did, we would have been talking about Anthony Edwards as the GOAT instead of the bald head demon, bro. Like he is just good. He's just good. And then he was talking about how KD is his favorite player.
Yeah.
And he got how KD can shoot the ball the same way every shot, and he's not there yet. And that's where he's trying to work to get is the same release, the same form, the same touch on his shot. That's what he was telling Taylor. Bro, that guy, bro, I'm telling you. Man, but that dunk though, oh my God, what's up with Jazz player getting dunked on, bro?
Hey, John Collins got a head contusion, bro.
Another one got dunked on yesterday.
He dislocated his finger off that dunk, bro.
Like he went straight to the locker room, man.
Bro.
And John Collins went the other way, bro. He was waved.
He was gone, bro. Like. And mind you, this is not like it was a give and go. It was a give and go with McDaniels, yeah? Not like he didn't have the momentum to go and run and like take off. Like, he didn't mean to do that by himself. He just went give and go and just went for it. Like, it's probably the best dunk in his career so far. There's been some good ones. People always speak about the one he did on Watanabe. That one was a straight up. It was straight up on him, like he went over the rim to dunk it down. But like, there's been some.
The one he did on Gabe, but they called it a charge.
But they called it a foul, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, there's been some mad ones in his short career so far, and it's like there's so much more about this player. Like, I could speak on, like, his game has improved so much. But then when you look at the Timberwolves and where they're at right now, right? They're in win now. Real talk, they actually are, because of, you've got Mike Conley, who's getting on now. Like, he's a crucial part of their team, regardless of his age. Then you've got Cat, you got Gobert. Like, they're not young guys anymore. Like, those guys, they're prime players at this point. You've got a young star who's supposed to be now your leader, the face of your franchise. You basically have a team set up. Defensively, they're really good. They're like probably one of the top 5 teams in defensive efficiency this season, the Timberwolves. Like, they're basically in win now. Like, they should be trying to compete in this West. It's going to be difficult, but they have to compete at this point. And the young man in Anthony Edwards is going to be the guy to lead that charge. Like, and he's showing that this season. Some of the stuff he's done this season, I mean, there was the highlight where he threw it off the backboard and dunked it. This was like a couple months ago, potentially another highlight, real type of moment for him this season. So I don't know what you guys have to say about it, but like, bro, it's crazy.
Hey, you said it all, bro. That dunk, man. Hey, David said in the chat, it was a burial, and it simply put, it was a burial, bro. Disgusting dunk. He threw that one over his head top, John Collins, man. And John Collins can jump.
Yeah,
he can jump, bro. Like, so, man, what a play! What a season we're seeing from Anthony Edwards, because it wasn't just that play. This guy, I've seen him in recent games take over, close out games, and I don't know if it was this game in particular, the one where they almost could have won the game, and then he missed the free to win the game. I'm trying to think which one it was this week.
Was it against Denver?
I think it was against Denver. That was a really good game because they fought back to get into that one.
That was clutch time, yeah. Because it was on the night of a back-to-back, I guess, right? Or I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they almost fought back to get into that one and almost won it at the end. So, almost tied it, I think, at the end. So what a game that was. But yeah, what a play, what a player. We've said it enough. The guy competes on both ends of the floor, continues to improve, has a driven growth mindset to be one of the best players, and no doubt he will be one of the best players in the league to very soon. I was about to say in the future, but the future could be now.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's begin. Zion Williamson. Now, there's been a lot to speak about with Zion Williamson. The last few years of his career have been up and down, for sure. From the high of getting drafted in the league.
Very horny.
We'll get into that as well. But he comes into the league. He was number 1, right? He was a number 1 pick, right? Yeah. So he was a number 1 pick, comes into the league. And we thought, okay, this guy is gonna be the face of the league, and he's gonna take over. Some of the highlights that we saw him do at college with those explosive dunks. There's a guy that we haven't seen in a mold of somebody like this before. Who, for how big he was when he came into the league, he was super athletic and super explosive, and it was kind of like, in a sense, a different type of unicorn as opposed to some of the ones we've kind of seen where 7-footers that can shoot the ball, they're very valuable in the post and everything like that. He was something different. And then it's just not worked out for him. Injuries, off the field problems. But whenever he's been on the court, you can tell he's got an immense amount of talent. But this season, he's been super locked in. There's maybe a number of reasons for it. The off the field problems at the beginning of the season or during the summer definitely probably focused him. The whole situation with his contract, where partially guaranteed now because of the fact that he's had a lot of issues. His weight, the injuries, all of these things, the criticism behind the scenes, the criticism by the media, and now we're seeing him back to his best. Or is he back to his best? Because we have to wait and see. The Pelicans are 5th in the Western Conference. They're creeping into that 4th position, or they're literally, the Clippers are faltering a little bit. Last 20 games or so, the Clippers are 10-10, so they're falling down a little bit, and the Pelicans are on the rise. But what do you, man, think about Zion Williamson right now, man?
He's playing good basketball. I think he's in a 6-game stretch right now where he's averaging 28.5 points per game. So it's probably been his most consistent scoring stretch of the season. But he's offering a lot more. He's on pace to play the most games he's ever played in a regular season in his career. And that's for the first time since his second year. And he had a really good second year. That's what really gave everybody the hope, because he had a short-lived rookie season, came off with an injury, and then he came back, played 61 games in 2020-21, averaged 27 points per game, looked dominant, looked like the Zion we were expecting to see, drafted number 1 pick in New Orleans. And then obviously he's had injury issues. He's had off the court issues, especially this season where there was a lot of embarrassment. People that have been silenced now were coming up and talking, and they kept on talking and bringing negative attention to Zion. And I think that has kind of taken a lot of the media attention away from him, which sometimes can be a positive thing, especially, you're in New Orleans, you are a big name, but the fact that that's been taken off of you and you're in New Orleans, sometimes you can just have the time to work on yourself and work on your game. And he had a comment not long ago where he said, I'm starting to get the extra conditioning over time. I'm starting to see some of the results of the work that he's putting in terms of conditioning, being a lot more available for this Pelicans team, which was a criticism the media were giving to him. Availability. This Pelicans team can be such a threat, and they will be such a threat if they can stay healthy come playoff time, because with him playing at this level, with them locking in defensively, you got guys like B.I., Zion, spearheaded. What do you say, bro?
We're going to beat them tomorrow. Keep going, though.
Hey, listen. Zion's cooking. And what? Since the in-season tournament, they've gone 30-15, right? They started the season 12-11. So there's been a drastic improvement from Willie Green's team. They've locked in, like I said, defensively, which I think was their biggest deficiency at times. They were a young team. Even when they brought in the likes of CJ, they would have tendencies of kind of not starting games well or drifting through games and letting them run away at the end. So they've improved big time as a side. They're competitive in this Western Conference, which is a big achievement for any team when you look at the competition and the level of competition at that. And you can definitely say right now, Zion Williamson is as dominant as ever as a scorer. This is the Zion we want to see every single season, every single game, bringing it on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, Tino, I know you got something to say about this, bro. Come on, let us know. Let us know.
I'm putting Man Like Legend to sleep. Hey, if you're waking up, Roland, I'm shipping them to you, bro. You better put him back to sleep.
Hey, tell us.
Hold on.
Hey, tell us. I'm sorry, bro. I don't want to wake him up.
No, listen. We all know the talent's there. Like, you know what I'm saying? The guy is a freak athlete. Like, literally and figuratively. Like, he is a freak athlete, bro.
This guy.
Um, he got bunnies like nothing, literally and figuratively.
You're an idiot.
Since his Duke days, he got the bunnies. Um,
Uh,
Nah.
that like CM said though. CM said everything. It's just health, bro. He's been healthy this season. He looks. They said he looks like. They said he lost about 30 pounds since the playing or something like that. Because you could tell it. Look, you could see it also.
Lee, man.
yeah,
He just have to take care of his body.
Yeah.
I know it's hard because you want to eat certain things, especially when you have the money, and it's hard. But you got to know, like these people invest money in you, a lot of money.
Mm.
You got to pay them back. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay them back with staying healthy, treating your body, because technically they're not investing in Zion the person. They're investing in Zion's body.
Mm.
That's what they're really investing in. Is like, can this body give me at least 70 game out of the 84? And that's what they're counting on.
Mm.
Can this body get me into the playoff, get me deep in the playoff to make the franchise more money? Because selling tickets, the deeper you go, the more money you make.
Mm.
Um, like I said, I've seen a lot of people. They're doing the same thing with Bi and Zion, like they did with Tatum and Brown.
Mm.
About can coexist. I don't necessarily know about that. Feel like they could both cook. Feel like they could both benefit off each other. It's just probably need like coaching. Just it's just certain things just take extra coaching and certain attention to detail. Like
Mm.
you know what I'm saying. Instead of having Zion off on the ball, you have Bi on the ball on some post up, but then letting Bi learn how to lob out of the post. You know what I'm saying. Throw a
Yeah.
lob, Zion cut weak side. You know what I'm saying? Just got to call up, right up good plays for both of them to coexist. Bi can shoot the three. Let Zion work on his corner threes. But I do think, like CM saying, I do think they have a lot to make the playoff this year comfortable. But and they probably push somebody. And I would say that I could see them giving an upset to somebody like the Clippers if they get them the first round or something like that. But
It's looking like they're gonna
when
be
it,
like because they're what's it, fourth and fifth, right? So
yeah, when
uh,
it comes to teams like the Nuggets, um, Timberwolves, and OKC, yeah, I don't know.
mm,
But the West is tough, man. But it's gonna be a good show off. But I do definitely see them making the playoffs. And they have that one guy who's also a steady center. You know what I'm saying? He's steady, very steady Eddie.
yeah.
Valanciunas.
Tunis, man,
Sometimes the
solid.
guy could go 5 for 5 from three, and I'm like, what? And then the next game he won't attempt a three,
Yeah, it's
and
him.
I'm like,
You know who's
okay,
improved a lot as well? Herb Jones. Herb
Oh
Jones.
yeah,
Herb
yep,
Jones is
very good defender.
cooking. Defensively, yo,
And
like
the other one they have two.
what's his name?
Um, is Herb
Alvarado.
Jones the one that wear five?
Who wear number 5? Is no Herb Jones wear 5? I think no.
One
I'm sure
wears.
you.
Let me tell you,
Yeah,
the
Herb Jones is 5.
who wear 20? Is it 20? Oh, look, they're playing tonight.
Jose Alvarado. No, not him. Not the guard.
Jordan Hawkins potentially.
The rookie.
Yeah.
He's been really good this season. To be fair,
Mm-hmm.
like for his rookie year, underrated kind of rookie. Rookie year, he's a shooter, bro. Like he can shoot a free ball. Right?
100, bro. He's had some games
He's a
where,
shooter, bro.
hey,
Him. There's 2 rookies that stand out for me out of the people that we
I'm
all kind
talking
of know.
about Trey Murphy. My
Trey
bad,
Murphy.
because my
Yeah,
thing,
Trey
my
Murphy.
thing
Yeah,
went out. Trey Murphy be getting them good minutes when he
yeah
come in.
Trey Murphy good as well.
He's a decent player.
bro, he's
Jordan
come leaps and bounds.
Jordan Hawkins and Keontae George in Utah. Them
I
two
do not mess with the Najee Marshall dude, bro.
shooters. Them two guys. Them 2 rookies are shooters. Najee
Who?
Marshall. Hey, Jordan Hawkins for the Pelicans and Keontae George for the Jazz.
Utah. Yeah, Keontae George is a heat killer already, bro.
They be shooters. Them two guys, when they get hot, they are
She
going.
went to the store.
It's gonna be crazy. But yeah, Pelicans. It's looking interesting because I watched their game against the Clippers on Friday, last week, and that's looking like it's gonna be a really good series. Because if you've got Zion at his best alongside Bi, CJ McCollum with the experience there, and a deep squad that they've got, they have the ability to take that series a long way. Do you know what I mean? Even with the talents of the Clippers in their team. So Zion back to his best. Stephen A. Smith was chatting a lot of smack on his name a few weeks ago. He's had to eat those words. I can't lie to you, bro. But let's get into some of these comments though. Big out to everybody who's tuning in right now. Man, like Santi in the building, Manchucution, don't forget to hit the like button. He's saying that Mark Cuban always takes care of his people, referring to Kyrie. Big up to man like Moss, March Madness, SGA for MVP. He looks like he's on his way to that, to be fair, man. It's definitely going to be another all-NBA year for SGA, for sure.
First seed.
Hey,
for sure.
CM,
And number one seed.
CM, I need you to run something on the show for me right now. Hold on. I'm gonna drop it in the chat, in the hoop chat. I need you to run this, CM. I just dropped it in there. Read it out for the people also. But nah, I need you to run the video though. Run that video.
I got you. I'm gonna place it on now, yeah. All right. So here's the post. So Gilbert Arenas bashes the Celtics 17 chips talk. They won all their chips during the 8-team roster. In the last 30 years, Boston has been irrelevant in basketball history. You walk around like bleep is on your chest. Nobody remembers you.
This is Heat versus haters. Heat versus haters account.
Legacy of championships was built with 8 teams. Yes. Smeared doo-doo on Bill Russell's wall. And I'm just be honest, if you want to go and me being petty, I'm pretty sure, well, first of all, 95% of the championships was created before Paul Pierce was even born, right? That's one. 2, I don't even know if anybody's live to remember when they won championships back in those 50 days, right? 2, AAU group, which those AAU championships was really less than the Mickey Mouse one.
He said AAU.
Yeah, fucking AAU record. I mean, fucking 8 teams. They fucking won all their championships during an 8-team roster.
We get the premise of this. We get the premise of the conversation. What's going on here, man?
He needs to stop talking.
No, he don't need to stop talking.
He needs to stop talking.
You only know about one championship, big man. You only know about 2008.
I don't care.
That's the only championship you ever seen your team win.
70 banners are in our stadium, bro. In the arena.
Only championship you ever seen your team win. But then you might be trying to puff your chest out on Miami. Miami was founded in 1988, big man. You might have been to one NBA Finals since we've been founded. One.
I don't care. And it's 2. There's not 1. It's 2.
Oh, 2. Yeah, 2. He said 2. Okay. So 2. Jesus. One more. Oh, wow. Scary. Shiver me timber. Oh, shut up, man.
Hey, stop talking, because you and Chicago are on the collision course. Not even that. No, it's you and the Pacers. They're playing. I'm waiting, man. Tyrese Halliburton needs to come back stronger, bro.
We're coming back. Don't worry.
No, you're not coming back. The fact of the matter is, Bam is not. The reason why you won't win the championship is because not everybody knows their role in your team. Bam is doing everything right now. Bam is in the clutch, scoring threes.
That's why everybody's so banged. Hey, you know it's over for you, man. Him taking threes. Him pulling out, taking threes.
It's not over. It's over for the league. When your team does not know all of its roles, then it's a problem.
There's no problem. Like just like yesterday. Like
You're not.
yesterday, dude.
This
No,
is not the
watching you man
Warriors.
against
It's
the
not the
Bucks
Warriors in
yesterday.
their
Watching
prime
you
with
man,
the
watching
death
you man
lineup.
against the
It's not
Bucks
that.
yesterday. There's so much holes in that team. You man shoot so much threes, and you
Don't
know come
worry.
playoff time,
Have you
threes.
forgotten?
When it come playoff
We
time, threes are not always falling for some
we
reason.
we are having 11-game lead over everyone in the East. You know, for the last like 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 10 weeks, we've literally been experimenting lineups, matchups, every game. We've had the license to do it. So if people are watching us and thinking we're just jacking up threes, I'm telling you the amount of things I've been seeing, man like Guardiola. Man like Joe Guardiola has been cooking up some things in terms of the experiment. Don't worry, man. Everybody thinks that we're just going to be jacking up threes in the playoffs. It's not just going to be like that, man. There's too much going on. You see the post moves that are happening. JT, KP, man are doing stuff.
Hey,
Don't worry, man.
that's the one thing I will say, yeah, is the biggest adaptation and the blessing that you have is you're such a good regular season team at this point of the season that you can make those adjustments. You can tinker. You don't have to show your entire a coaching booklet, your playbook, but you can kind of start to feed little things into the offense and defense to see what works, see what doesn't work, and like you said, bro, should be interesting to see what Joe Mazzulla and the Celtics are cooking up come playoff time.
All I know is defensively, our team is locked in.
Hmm.
When the playoffs
Hey,
come, I'm telling you, hey, man like JB is
hey,
ready,
see
bro.
him, see
Yo,
him. I see their fans on the net, right? The man is begging for us to finish sixth, bro.
Who?
So they avoid
Finish
us.
eighth, bruv. Finish eighth. I want you first round. Let's go, man. I want
Miami
Roland,
our
first
revenge.
round.
You man have been
Roland, you
talking
don't want
about Bill
this.
Russell.
Roland,
Bill Russell, don't
Roland,
do
you
it.
don't want this, bro.
I
You
want
guys
it
don't want
first
this
round, bro.
problems, bro.
You're talking about Eastern Conference Finals. I don't duck the smoke. I want it first round.
You don't want this,
I
bro.
want it first round.
You
Bring Tyler
start you
Hero.
start sounding like
Bring
you start listen, you sound like the Man United fan them. I want Liverpool show up and get seven, bruv. You
no, no,
don't
no, no, no,
want
no,
this,
no, no.
bro. You
Look,
don't
we have
want
only
this,
lost
bro.
14 games this season. You know, no Eastern Conference team has beaten us at home this year. Nobody has come to the Garden.
Okay? It doesn't matter, bro.
It matters because in
Play,
the playoffs last year we were so poor at home. The fact that we've been able to correct it in the regular season to tell you that this is a fortress and you can't come here and get an easy game. That's why it's important. We've already wrapped up the Atlantic Division. We finished with them. Everybody in that side is gone.
all right, Roland.
I want you, man, round one. Lose more games, bro. Lose some more and finish in that playing, bro. And then go to the gate, win or go home. I'm ready. What do you think this is? Don't worry about this nonsense, man. Look, you guys got away with it last time out. You got away with it. It should have been the Celtics and the Nuggets in the finals, bro. And you know it. Because you only won your little one game, bro.
It should have been Miami and the Warriors in the finals.
Oh, get out of it, man. I saw you do that little tweet, yeah. The best coaches should be in the final. I don't care, bro. It's not happening.
Yeah.
It's not happening, bro.
I know all I know is we will be in the NBA finals this year.
Yeah, you sound like your leader, bro. Your team captain, bro.
You know what's gonna see him? Let me tell you what's gonna happen. Bam
What?
is our team captain. Bam don't talk like that. Bam
Round
just show up and do his work. Let me tell you what's gonna happen, CM.
round,
When it happen, right?
round one
It's
exit.
gonna be it's because Porzingis' hamstring was hurting and he couldn't really play.
Read about even
All
hey,
Orford is too old, man. He carried us in the regular season so far. He helped carry us so far, man. I don't know what happened. They
Al
stepped on
Horford,
D White.
Al
They
Horford,
stepped on D White big toe, man. D
Al
White toe
Horford,
was
Al
hurting,
Horford,
man.
Al
Oh,
Horford,
bro, Tatum was settling for too much
Al
jump
Horford
shot.
hasn't even played that much this year, bro.
Tatum was settling for too much jump shot, bro. Jaylen Brown didn't show up. He pooped himself like always. He pooped his pants again.
Don't worry. because you are
Wait,
the
what are you
same
talking
person.
about? What happened to Hassan Whiteside?
You're the same person, yeah, that's gonna be
Oh,
talking about this
hey,
time
Santi
hero,
asked
time
us a
hero.
question, CM, but I don't know. I saw the lineup on the damn Twitter thing, but I didn't know Jamaica was playing.
Yeah, it's a Nation League semi-final against the
Oh,
US.
who's playing for Jamaica?
Hold on, let me bring it up real quick. We
Leon
got a few
Bailey
guys
ain't even
There's
missing.
no
playing.
Leon Bailey. That's all I
Yeah,
know.
yeah. And he's got a
Why?
massive issue with the JFF. He put out an interview. It's not good. But yeah, I can talk about that off stream because it's a bit it's peaks.
It's mad. I seen the stuff still.
Yeah.
I see the stuff still. But yeah, man, don't worry, man. Like the playoffs is coming. I'm ready, bro. I'm ready. But we can continue on this Celtics talk, bro. JB, yeah, has been cooking like the main man for the Celtics, right? Let me get into these statistics, bro. The last 12 games, not counting last night, JB has scored 31 points, 37 points, 27 points, 27 points, 41 points, 21 points, 29 points, 25 points, 31 points, 30 points, 21 and 36 points in his last 12. Like, this is probably the best stretch of basketball he's played in his career. And after last season, where the way the playoffs ended, 8 turnovers in that game 7, probably the most I think it's the most in the history of a game 7 for one player to commit. And the way he's been able to bounce back mentally, and now it's kind of back to that conversation of who's better between him and Tatum. And I think it's a better conversation than it was 2 years ago, where we were still trying to figure out, like who's actually the leader of this team. This time around, we know who the leaders of the team are. It is Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, and everything will go through them. If the team falls over, it's because of those two not being able to figure it out. But I think they have been able to figure it out this year. But the way Jaylen Brown is playing, he looks like he's the main man, or he believes he's the main man, especially after getting that contract extension. What do you, man, think, man? Like, what do you think of JB and the way he's been able to bounce back this season after everything that's happened and where he's at right now?
I've always been of the belief that those guys are a duo. It's not one an A and a B or one and a two. Those guys are the co-stars of the Boston Celtics, and you're gonna need to get the best of both of those guys if you want to go far and win a championship eventually, which is the end goal. Jaylen Brown, we always give Jason Tatum his flower. Well, sometimes we always give Jason Tatum his flowers in terms of his gradual improvements, the ability and the winningness that he's had. To come into the league and to win, to get to the conference finals and NBA finals, to do and achieve the things he has done, brilliant. But let's not forget, most of those wins, most of those seasons have been alongside Jaylen Brown, who as well has developed and come leaps and bounds as a player. No doubt about it, much like Tatum, much like the Celtics. They've had their down periods, they've had their failures, they've had their moments where things haven't looked the greatest, and that's why we have had conversations where should we split them up or which one's better than the other. All of these conversations that could try to create a sense of conflict. But I think it's healthy competition more so between the both guys because they both want to play to the highest of their abilities. They both want to be guys who can answer the call for the Boston Celtics. And I think relatively done, they do that very well. Sometimes if Jason Tatum's not having a good game, JB can take over and vice versa. And we see that a lot, to be honest. But when those two play well together, Boston are even more of a dangerous side. And look, credit to Jaylen Brown. He had a lot of criticism from our panel regarding his performances in the playoffs, because I remember the previous year we were saying Jaylen Brown in the playoffs was probably their best player. Jason Tatum got the Larry Bird Conference MVP, I think the first one when they originally introduced it. But we were saying Jaylen Brown, he's been very good during that playoff run where they eventually got to the finals and lost against Golden State. So he's bounced back this season after a tough playoff period. He's bounced back. He's done his thing, and like I said, he can answer the call for this Boston team. It's not an A and B scenario. I sit back while JT takes all the plaudits. No, Jaylen Brown is going to step up and he's going to do what he needs to do to win the game for Boston as well. And he's another guy who can play on both ends of the floor. And he's driven to achieve greatness. He's driven to improve. He's driven to I'm sure, win a championship like everybody else on that roster. So we do have to give him more credit as well, because I don't think we give him enough credit throughout the regular season.
All that just to be locked up by Nikola Jovic, bro.
Man, stop this, bro. Man, like, I don't care what you're saying, fam. As I said, round one, bro. I want to see you, man, in round one.
Don't worry, you get in the Pacers and they might give you a run to Game 7.
They ain't giving us no run to no Game 7, bro. Tyrese Halliburton's hamstring is finished, bro. It's finished him. They rushed him back, yeah, because they're trying to creep into the playoffs right now. Like, they're faltering a little bit. They don't want to be in the play-in, bro, because that widow go home situation ain't nice, man. Especially if you ain't got home court. But don't worry, man. I want you, man, round one. I want you to finish 8th. Like, because it ain't gonna go the way you think it is. We ain't the Bucks. We ain't the Bucks, man. Like, it's gonna go the way you know it's gonna go. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, because man are talking about let them show up in the playoffs. Brother, in the playoffs, we've been one of the most successful teams. I don't understand. Like, in the last 4 years, we have been. It's just we ain't got to the finals.
Yes.
And not really. The last 4 years out of any team, Miami won the most playoff games. The last 4 years out of any team, Miami won the most playoff games. Might not be more than, might be about 3 or 4 games more than you, man. But nah, stop it.
Either way,
but conference finals appearances, it shows for something.
All I'm saying is,
but we've been to 2 finals in the last 4 years. They've been to 1.
Yeah, but where's your ring?
We've been to 3. Where's your ring? Your last ring is 2008.
When was your last ring?
2013.
Get out of here, man. It's the same thing, bro.
Not the same thing.
It's the same thing, bro.
2008 was the first year of Obama administration, bro. What are you talking about, fam? Like, that's the first year of Obama administration.
It's the same thing, bro. You was in the Trump era, bro. You see?
Bro, Young, don't talk about championships, bro. You support the Sacramento Kings, bro. You man don't even know what that is, bro.
Hey, all I'm saying is, Chino, don't worry. I want you, man, round one. Round one. There's none of this Eastern. You're not getting to the Eastern Conference Finals. It's round one. That's true. But either way, man.
Levels of success slightly different, but Yank's got a point, man.
Yeah, we ain't got the rings, but we've seen some mad situations, bro. Toronto, Denver, the Lakers in the bubble, the Warriors coming out of nowhere.
Jamaica up 1-0 already?
Do you swear?
Yeah.
That's Yanka said.
Because I just got this on my right monitor. 1 sec.
Yeah, 1 minute. Who score?
Hey, are they showing it on TV in America? In America, Chino. It's on the TV.
I see it's on ESPN.
Oh yeah. Then Chino definitely watching it, fam.
Yeah, but I ain't got my. Hold on, let me turn on this TV. This is a new Fire Stick. I ain't really put everything on it yet. I haven't updated this one.
I need to invest in a Fire Stick, fam, because I'm done with all of the bookie streams, bro. When I'm watching football, bro, these days I'm done.
The stress, bro.
I'm done with that, fam. For sure. All right, let's move on, man. The Wild Western Conference, man. Is the Western Conference the better conference out of the two? Because obviously a lot of people speak about the competition, how stacked it is, the talent. and then they compare it to the Eastern Conference because you see the way it's going right now. Celtics are 11 games above the second seed, whereas in the West we don't even know who's going to finish number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10. We don't know who's going to finish where, right? The Western Conference this season, how have you guys viewed it? Because for me, I saw the Denver Nuggets slow start to the season, hangover from the championship. That happens to a lot of teams. And I don't even think it's because they've been complacent. I think they just were warming up to the season. Obviously, you have to manage it well. You can't come out relentless on a tear, after one of the hardest things to ever do as a professional athlete. It's a very mentally taxing thing to do that. They've been able to find their way back. But OKC and the Timberwolves have been competing for that number 1 spot for weeks now. The Pelicans going on their run, the Kings floating in and out of the play-in, along with the Suns, the Lakers and Warriors situation, and how they're basically clinging on to try and get into that final, that potential game that's going to get them that 8th seed. What do you guys think, man? The Clippers, just in the middle there. Like, what do you think about the Western Conference this season, man? How entertaining has it been for you guys watching?
Ebbs and flows, man. There's been so many ups and downs. Remember when the Mavericks had a strong start? Now they're the number 7 seed. The Timberwolves obviously having a great season. OKC, I would have never imagined being the number 1 seed in the Western Conference at this point of the season. But that's where we are. The Denver Nuggets, you already mentioned them. The Los Angeles Clippers, they had a wonderful run in the middle of the season, and now they're starting to slump. There's been so many ups and downs for each of the top teams in this Western Conference. Even Golden State, as of late, they went on a decent run. They looked like they were getting back to their best. Sacramento, we're gonna speak about them in a short moment, but boy, it's very interesting. The Western Conference exciting, a lot of games. Phoenix, a team that we thought were gonna be one of the top seeds. Oh man, it is very interesting, and you know what? I'm gonna get out Phoenix's schedule now.
Apparently, there's some really tough games on their schedule, to be honest.
All right, cool. Let me get their schedule up real quick, because they're where are they right now? They're the 8th seed. 40 and 29. And just to look at that, 40 and 29, you're in the 8th seed, but they've had a lot of adversity this season. Injuries, missing players, missing pieces. So remaining schedule, they've got Atlanta next up. Then they've got San Antonio Spurs. A back-to-back against the Spurs, actually. They've got Denver, OKC, Pelicans, Cleveland Cavaliers, Minnesota Timberwolves, Pelicans again, Clippers, and a back-to-back against the Clippers at that. And then final game of the season against Minnesota.
Yeah, that's
a tough schedule.
Crazy. Like, you're basically competing. You're with competing teams for spots. Like the Pelicans, those Clippers games, the Timberwolves games, OKC in one of those games, the Cavaliers as well, who are pushing for a number 2 spot in the Eastern Conference. Like it's actually a tough schedule. And as we spoke about KD and like what he's been able to hold down this team, but ultimately, their team is going to falter in the playoffs if they're overly reliant on their big 3, because the rest of the squad has to step up massively, and I don't think that they'll be able to do so. And it's like they'll have I wonder what their identity is, to be honest with you, because you've got Frank Vogel, who is a defensive-minded coach, but then they're banking on their offense to win them the games. Like Grayson Allen has gone 8 games with, I think 7 games with 8+ threes in a row, which I think Steph and somebody else, I don't know who the other player is, that are the only players to ever do that. But the fact that Grayson Allen is doing that for your team kind of tells you something's off. He's stepping up, but he's also going above everybody, which is a bit crazy to me. But yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting over these next few weeks. What do you think has been the biggest surprise though? Like, is it the fact that the Lakers, the Mavs, the Phoenix Suns, they're the ones basically scrambling to try and get away from the play-in? Do you reckon that's been the biggest surprise, as opposed to the younger teams kind of pushing ahead and being competing for the top?
I think you could say you could say there are two big surprises. The first surprise is the play-in, the play-in on, because when you look at the play-in, you have Golden State, Houston are not far behind, LA, Lakers, that is, Phoenix, the Mavericks, Sacramento, all those teams that could potentially go up or down towards the end of the season. I think also a massive surprise, I don't know to many people, but it is the rise of your OKC Thunders, your Minnesota Timberwolves, because you could say more so OKC, because to make that jump that they have done to look like one of the better teams in the Western Conference, that is a massive achievement. And it's hard to do that in multiple years in a row. So we'll see what happens. Let's not move too far ahead. But I think that's a massive achievement for them over there. Matt Dagnall as well as coach. Minnesota, they've done awfully well too. Chris Finch and his coaching staff being able to elevate that team. We all know how the season ended for them, and a lot of frustration. And Anthony Edwards, a lot of guys questioning whether they made the right move, bringing in Rudy Gobert, what it's working out now. But obviously, disappointments for LA. I don't know if it's true, but I saw something in the week saying that Gabe Vincent and Jared Vanderbilt could miss the entire season now, which would be a massive miss. And I mean, when you look at their team and what's gone down, I don't know if it's a big surprise, but it definitely is a massive disappointment. Phoenix, I would say, out of all of those teams, is the biggest disappointment because of the team that's been assembled and the expectations upon that new ownership. They've gone with the big moves and bringing in Bradley Beal. Obviously, they brought in KD and got rid of Bridges, like so many great pieces from the run where they went to the finals and eventually lost to Milwaukee. So it was a big move, and right now, is it working out? I'm not sure. We'll have to see it come playoff time if they get there. So Golden State is another team I look at. But even then, the moves they've made in the second part of the season have really helped them. Klay Thompson coming off the bench is looking more like himself. He's not really forcing situations. He's playing, minimal dribbles, taking shots. Chris Paul's looked good since returning. Steph Curry's had a kind of rocky period as of late, but he'll be Steph. And it'll be interesting to see what that playoff bracket looks like come the end of the season, because especially in the Western Conference, there's going to be a lot of competition.
So like right now, as it stands, OKC will face the winner of, let's see, so we'll face the winner of the Lakers Warriors, that 9 and 10 game, the winner of that game, and then the loser of the 7-8 game between the Suns and the Mavs. So potentially OKC could find themselves facing off against the Warriors, the Mavs, the Suns, or the Lakers. Well, like any one of those teams, to be honest with you, depending on what happens. Then the Nuggets will face off against the winner of that 7-8 game. So between the Suns and the Mavs. Now, can you imagine a world in which basically that round 2 game that we saw last season between the Nuggets and the Suns happened in round 1 this year? And like that was an entertaining series. All in all, like we saw some really big moments. We saw Matt Ishbia getting shoved by Jokic when the ball went into the crowd. We saw Booker going on a crazy run in that particular series, scoring on average. I think he scored like 40 a game or something like that, because he was literally just the one shoulder in the scoring responsibility. Of course, KD was just coming back from injury, so kind of gets a pass, and he was traded mid-season, so it was obviously still something going on. DeAndre Ayton was just not working and doing his business on the defensive end, so it was just a bit of a mess. But imagine that as a round 1 game. For instance. Then you got the Clippers and the Pelicans as a potential series where we got a preview of it. The team they're not that far apart in terms of where they're positioned right now. And right now, the home court advantage is in the Clippers' hands, but it could switch before the end of the season with the Pelicans having that. And that series would be a very entertaining one. And then you've got the Timberwolves and the Kings in a potential round one matchup where it's not that much of a foregone conclusion just because, for example, the Timberwolves are the number 3 seed and the Kings are the number 6 seed. The Kings have been able to, they took Golden State last year to 7 games in their round one. So they've got some playoff experience and they're going to be hurting from that experience and they want to push on and try and, you know what I'm saying?
Can you mind show me the standings? Roland, you have too much. You're a Celtics fan. No, I'm messing with you. Yeah, can you pull up the standings, Roland?
Yeah, let me do that. Let me do that real
And people, by the way, I know y'all be watching the show. Y'all be like, yo, Chino be on some BS. These my brothers. This our brothers talk to each other.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey,
you know how,
I want to see some in the standings, but I have a question for both of you, man. I'm listening. Like I'm here. I'm listening. I'm just on mute because dude woke up, and he's scrambling.
Which one you want to see? West.
The West, yeah.
Let's go West.
Okay, let me see the playing.
Hey, big ups to Drizzy.
Man, like Drizzy.
The Laker fan. Drizzy, how Darvingham?
Brother, his man's hands are still in his pockets, fam. That's what I'm saying, fam.
Hey, so let me see this.
Do you want to see? Do you want to see the thing here? You want to see this?
The playing part.
Yeah, that's where they are.
Hey, Orlando, yeah. Don't sleep on Orlando.
Oh yeah,
that Knicks matchup is gonna be interesting if it happens.
If it happens,
Orlando,
it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. Like you look at the Cavs, right? If it stays as it is, the Cavs against the Pacers, Cavs, I think would have learned from last year in that round one matchup where they struggled against the Knicks. We watched those games. Like against the Pacers, I fancy them to get through to round 2, the Cavs this year, if it stays like that. But yeah, that Knicks Magic game is gonna be series will be a very interesting one. I can't lie to you. But can you imagine? Look at that play-in game right now with the Sixers and the Heat at 7-8, right? With the potential of a Joel Embiid coming back. Like this is what I'm saying. Like the Heat need, if they want to. Like,
Roland, let me be honest with you. Miami just need to get healthy, bro. Like we have not been healthy all season, bro. We have Patty Mills playing 30 minutes, bro. When Duncan Robinson and Tyler Hero come back, Patty Mills is not seeing the court, bro.
What I'm saying is that is a huge matchup. That's a huge matchup, man. Yeah, you need to sort out baby legend, man. But look, that 7-8 matchup is crazy if it stays like that. I can't lie to you. As a playing game, that's a crazy one with a Joel Embiid coming back.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I mean, has there been any update regarding Joel Embiid? I don't know if NN's still in here. Maybe he said something regarding how his recovery is going from
2
injury.
weeks, ESPN. 2 weeks.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? 2 weeks. Like, and it's like you might as well just like let it ride, bro. Like, give him some games to get himself back into rhythm towards the end of the season, but don't go too hard because, like, to be honest with you, you don't want to have a playing situation, and you know what I'm saying. You don't want one, but you got a chance to get into the playoffs at that point. If you're gonna go hard and try and like push for a top 6 space, it's possible. But you need Joel Embiid to solidify it. So I don't know what they're thinking. I think they would try and go for the best case scenario, but it's still a bit, you know what I mean? It's a bit crazy still. It's a bit crazy still. Big up to Super Nick saying hello to baby legend. Big up Super Nick. Thank you for coming through. Appreciate it for sure. But Yeah, this
So
is
thank you, Auntie. Dude, we do not cry around here, dude. Dude, we do not cry, okay? We man up and we suck it up, okay? Yes, we do. Yes, okay?
man like Chino, bro. You're moving mad, bro. But let the baby cry, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the Wild West, man, is looking like it's going to be a very interesting end to the season. Quick predictions, though. Like, where do you think it's going to end up? Like, who 1 through 10? Because I know we've done one at the start of the season, but at this point now, with like 15 games to go, where are we going 1 through 10?
OKC, Denver, Minnesota. I think that's locked in.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say for the remaining, I'm gonna say Pelicans, Kings.
Ooh.
So I'm keeping the top 6 the same as is. Oh boy. And then the final 2. It's tough. It's tough. Mavs.
Ooh.
Mavs and Warriors. Something is telling me I just went wild with that one, man. Mavs and Warriors.
I'm going OKC 1. I'm going Denver 2, Timberwolves 3, Pelicans 4.
Yo, Roland, do the thumbs up again? With the other hand. No, turn the other way. I just saw there's a thumbs up on
the thing pops up. I don't know.
Is that an Apple thing? How do you get that to work?
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. Hey, it's a celebration, man.
Oh,
I don't even know
like
what it
when
is.
you on FaceTime. It's like when you on FaceTime. Do a heart. Make a heart.
Let me do that.
Bro, that's not a heart. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So yeah, so it's OKC 1, Denver 2, Minnesota 3, Pelicans 4, Clippers 5. Then I'm gonna go Mavs 6, Kings 7th, Suns 8, Lakers and Warriors are 9 and 10. That's what that's what I think is gonna happen. I think the Mavs will push into the playoff picture, and the Kings will drop into the play-in. Because their records aren't that far off of each other, to be honest with you. So, like, I can see that happening. And like now, it's the point in the season where Kyrie and Luka are gonna have to prove that they can coexist with each other. Like, they've done a lot better this season. I think they've had a lot of time. But they definitely want to do better than they did last season. You know what I'm saying? Like, at this point last season, they were shutting it down. They was like, yeah, the season's done. We're done. Like, this time around, I think they're ready. And the trade deadline, the moves that they made, like, I think is gonna push them over the line. I think. Yank, I'm sorry, my bro. The Kings are gonna end up 7th. I don't see you guys staying in this, man. I can't lie. Super Nick, we went into the Jaylen Brown segment. It's there though. It's there. It's probably about I don't know, 50 minutes in, maybe potentially.
Yeah, I think it's
about 45 minutes in potentially. But yeah, we went through it a little bit. It kind of got sidetracked with some playoff talk between me and Chino, but we got to it. We play the Mavs back to back next week. Watch us beat them both times and end the race. That should be interesting though, because obviously the tiebreakers are also very, very important as well. When it comes down to it as well. So we'll see how that ends up. But we're actually going to talk about your guy, Domantas Sabonis. Should we be putting more respect on his game, right? So I'm gonna say this, right? This is what it is. Some statistics for you, and some big statistics too. So Domantas Sabonis has had 50 straight double doubles only 8 players in NBA history have hit the 50 straight mark. Elgin Baylor, Walt Bellamy, Wilt Chamberlain, Elvin Hayes, Kevin Love, Jerry Lucas, Moses Malone, and Bill Russell. Like, when you look at that as a statistic, Sabonis is not the most fancied name. But at the same time, he's been able to be so efficient in his game. Like, it seems almost robotic like when he plays. That's what I get when I watch him. Like, everything just has its form for him. Like, he just knows exactly what to do with the ball. He has a really high basketball IQ, and he just makes things happen for his teammates, but he also can score the ball himself. Like,
bro, dribble and off is not basketball IQ, bro.
But he knows when to do it. He knows when to apply it. He understands the pick and roll moves and everything he needs to do with when he
Doesn't
has
matter.
to.
Just stand at the top, take the ball, set a screen, and let the person run around you.
Hey, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna talk about the podcast later on, innit? But
Yeah.
you know, there was a lot of conversation about guys not even being able to get plays right. So sometimes what may seem simple to the fan's eye or something like that is very complicated to professional athletes. So to be able to do that on a consistent basis and to be a crucial part of your team's offense, when you look at Sabonis, his playmaking ability, obviously his ability to rebound, score the basketball. I think he's having one of his better scoring seasons in the last few years since one of his seasons in Indiana when he was an All-Star. So yeah, he's a great player, walking double-double, can get a triple-double on any given night. Like I said, crucial within his offense, his ability to play make, rebound, create extra opportunities, and also to defensive rebound. I feel like the only question with Sabonis, and obviously, like you said, bro, he's not spoken about a lot. He's not glamorized as a player because he may not have as many highlights as others. But I know there has been conversations about him. Can he handle the likes of Jokic? He has AD's number, so maybe I'll leave that name out of the hat because AD can't win against Sacramento to save his life. Yeah. But, you know, obviously the likes of Triple J, Cat, Zion, Şengün, who's coming up. Wemby will be there sooner rather than later. So he has a lot of competition when you look at the great forwards that are up and coming or already established in the Western Conference. And the question has always been, how far can this Sacramento team go in this Western Conference with Sabonis being that guy?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because I mean, the thing about it is that, like, when I watch him for the team, what he does flies under the radar. Like, we obviously put all of the praise on De'Aaron Fox. Like, we put the praise on like, well, he gets most of the praise, and then a lot of their players are like doing their thing. So Malik Monk off the bench, Kevin Huerter with the, you know, coming up with a lot of the triples, like Keegan Murray doing his thing as well in his second year. Like, but Sabonis does a lot of things to connect the team, to be honest with you, on both ends of the floor. So it's like, I feel like he doesn't get the respect that he deserves. But at the same time, it's like, as you mentioned, the matchup with AD aside, if we was to put him against the forwards, centers that we see in the game currently, where does he stand? Like, because for what he's doing, he definitely needs a bit more recognition when we're talking about some of those guys. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Currently, where would he rank? Like, he's definitely got to be in the top 10 of those like forward centers if we're talking in the conversation. But then beyond that, you're right. What is he gonna do to contribute to that team becoming a contender? Or is it just capped at the fact that he's a really good player for his team and knows his role well enough? And will it be able to develop beyond that? Like, I don't know. That's the thing for me. Man, like,
it's interesting. It's interesting. Like, still,
Gino don't respect his game though.
Hey, listen, I respect the Montes Sabonis, man. From the Indiana days, I was paying attention.
You know how much parlay this dude cost me?
Man's talking about the parlays, you know. Oh my days. But he's probably the easiest guy to make money off of because of what he can do, fam. You know what he can do. It's the double-double, fam. Man's gonna rebound the hell out of the ball and he's gonna score.
Yang saying he's a top 5 big man.
That's an interesting one. So if we're saying top 5, yeah, so the number 1 in the league is obviously Jokic.
Yeah.
Then it's Embiid.
Well, Embiid.
Then it's young. Even though, like,
yeah, we classing him, we putting him in there.
We put him in there. Then, like, who we put in there? Is it AD? Is it
AD's in there?
AD's in there. Then
that's 4 now.
That's 4. So number 5, like, because some people would throw a Rudy Gobert in there.
I don't think he. No.
Some people would.
No, I'm not complaining about Rudy. Like, y'all can name whatever y'all want. You see, at the end of the day, that's why I stopped taking part in these debates. Because people put up empty stats, but the guy that anchored a team to 2 NBA finals, right? Anchor a team to 2 NBA finals without Bam Adebayo defense or his ability to run our offense and get guys in position, Miami's nothing. No matter what Jimmy does, Miami's nothing. And everybody say that. Every year you see the Eastern Conference. Even Joe Mazzulla was like, people think it's about Butler. It's what Bam Adebayo does for them. That's the guy you have to stop Miami. It's not about Jimmy. Jimmy's gonna get his. Bam is the system. So I'm just listening. I mean, you can put everybody over him. It doesn't matter because when the time comes, I know my guy's gonna show up. AD's gonna be in a wheelchair. Sabonis is gonna be at home. It is what it is.
Around one.
Bam Adebayo has to be one of those guys in there as well because he's
if you're doing power forward and centers, I get it. But if you're doing just centers, only 2 guys I'm putting over Bam. And it's literally the 2 MVPs. Those are the only 2 guys I'm putting over Bam.
No, but this is what I'm saying. Some people, this is why I said that number 5 spot, yeah. A lot of people have their own opinion on who that number 5 would be. A lot of people would put Gobert in there.
Bro, that guy's rubbish.
You hear what? Does his defensive brilliance make him a top 5 center? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Because he has nothing going the other end of the floor.
People will throw him in there. So
when you look at the competition, Jokic, exceptional offensive player. He can do a little bit defensively. Embiid, 2-way. AD, 2-way. Bam Adebayo, 2-way. Sabonis. He does it all.
Yeah. So this is what I'm saying. So like, but then is it Sabonis or Bam in that 5th spot? It's gonna be one of those 2, essentially. And it's like who does what? Who does more for their team?
Okay, Sabonis average a double-double, right? Because of the 50 double-double in a row, blah, blah, blah. Bam averaged 20 and 10, right? 20 and 10.9, so 20 and 11, right? With also doing what he does on defense. Also getting into deep playoff runs every year. Not because of his offense, but because of what he does defensively. And let's not talk about Duncan Robinson. Like Pat Riley said, Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero, all of them guys owe Bam off for their paycheck for the screens he be setting. And the passing.
You mean the illegal screens, fam?
No, that's just you and Knicks fans.
No,
Knicks fans and Celtics fans.
I've seen him do it.
CM, hold on. Let me show you something. I'm gonna show you something. And this account is run by a Celtics fan. Right, CM? Let me show you something, bro. But Roland want to talk about illegal screens.
Brother.
Okay, right here.
I know what you're gonna. I know what I've seen the video already, bro. You're trying to show the dirty plays, bro. Like, bro.
No.
That's cheat culture, bro. Dirty plays.
No. Bless you, Papa.
Bless you, legend.
Bless you, Papa. All right, CM. I just sent it. Go. There's more under the comments, right? And then this part.
All right. So, NBA University, Bam Adebayo gives dudes hell on the perimeter. Opponents are 15 out of 56 and turn it over on 10.4% of possessions against Bam as the primary isolation defender. With almost zero rim protection help, Bam shuts down perimeter switches, elite at eliminating drives and forcing tough pull-ups. Let's see. And then he's just added a little bit here, saying this tape is special. Could have done 5 extra minimum of possessions like easily. This is what a truly special playoff big looks like in a modern age. Queen on the chessboard type guy. AD can do similar stuff. A little less fleet of foot on the perimeter, but a better rim protector. Guys, this versatile can help win an entire series.
Okay, click on that post, right?
Yeah, this
and
one,
look
yeah?
on one of the comments with the guy, that one, the second one, right there.
Okay, I haven't watched a lot of Heat this year, but that lateral quickness plus stability takes me back to his screen games in the playoffs last season. Just ethering guards trying to go over with the wide base, slide into upright within the base. And then the reply is he's so strong, always stays wide, balanced, and aggressive. Basically, the definition of a brick wall on both ends.
The thing about it is, I don't disagree with it. Yeah,
But according to Roland, it's a legal screen. No, it's called making your body big. Like he said, it's making your body big.
Hey, I'm joking. I've seen him do the illegal screens a few times, but when we're speaking about his athleticism, like the lateral quickness thing is very important because, like, if you're having to go out onto the perimeter to guard, because basically nobody else in your team has the ability to move across the floor and then defend the switches, right? Like, apart from him, he's really good at it. It's kind of like the AD thing, where the problem with AD is his strength is also his weakness, isn't it? Like, he's very athletic, but then it means that he gives up strength. He gives up strength. So whenever he goes against somebody, a center that's physical, he's always going to struggle. I don't think that's Bam's weakness. I think Bam's weakness is when he basically has to do everything for the team, and then some of the good work that he can do defensively gets lost. And this is where, in the playoffs, it would be different because you would hope that your whole squad is back basically for it. So Bam can just go back to doing his best, which is the defensive work, and everybody else can go and do the offensive stuff. And then if he feels like it, where a game comes to him and he has to basically step up, then he will do. Kind of like what we saw in the finals, where basically across that point in time, he was basically the best player in the series because Jimmy was on one leg and whatnot. But throughout that playoff run, he was just doing his defensive work. It was down to Jimmy, Caleb Martin, Gabe Vincent, Duncan Robinson to do the offensive work, basically. So that's where I think his weakness is. When he has to do everything, he loses out on that defensive side of things, and then the whole thing just goes awry.
You see what that starts saying, though. You see how I'm telling you, that's why I don't rate the defensive player award. Because how can Bam get blocked when he actually stopped guy from actually going to the basket? He can't get blocks.
But
they should start looking into that. If
it's the way they judge it. It's the way they judge it. I hear what you're saying, because basically the way they judge it is blocks, steals, and whatever else.
It's very unfair to Bam because he locks you up without you getting to. You know what I'm saying?
I think unfortunately, what goes against him are the highlights that people the things that people don't exactly deem highlights. Let's just say that. Because a lot of the time, when it comes to awards, we see, a lot of these things determine, how, I don't want to say it this way, but almost how marketable an award winner can be from the plays that go viral online. Let's just say that. Not saying that it's undeserved, but, a lot of the time we do look at the blocks. We do look at the spectacular steals that lead to transitional great moments in transition, dunks, acrobatic layups, all of that stuff. But we don't really look at the Bam Adebayo stopping guys on the perimeter, being quick enough laterally to move his body. You know what I mean? And even offensively, set hard screens to open up opportunities on offense for Miami. Those are things that people don't tend to look at all the time.
Because it's like this, right? Where basically the blocks and the steals are going to be the biggest criteria, right? And if we're just going off of that, Wembanyama's got 283 already this season blocks.
He's getting blocks
in blocks and steals combined, right? And that's more than the last 10 defensive players of the years, like more than all of them. So I'm talking about people like Jaren Jackson Jr., Marcus Smart, Rudy Gobert, Giannis, Draymond, Kawhi. Like he has more blocks and steals than all of those guys combined. Like it's crazy, yeah. Like so.
Yeah, bro, they should definitely ban that guy from the NBA.
Like him doing that, like in his first year. Like I mean, I know we spoke about him last week being a future defensive player of the year, but they might give it to him this year based off of the way they're judging it right now. Like if they're going off of that criteria, he got to win it this year, like along with the rookie of the year. But yeah, it's kind of crazy still.
Can you imagine like a Wemby and Ant-Man like 1-2 combo?
Yeah, it's not fair. At that point, it wouldn't be fair. Like it wouldn't be fair. Because then all you don't even need a point guard. You know what you need. Because I guarantee you, and in a couple years' time, he's gonna end up being a playmaker as well. He's gonna add a lot of playmaking to his game. Then all of a sudden, you don't really need that element anymore. You have somebody that actually makes good decisions on the ball, type of thing. Like that's the level he can get to. Do you know what I mean? But all right, last thing we'll discuss before we wrap this one up here. So obviously, JJ Redick and LeBron James launched a podcast over the last week, Mind the Game, where it's basically a pure Hoopers podcast where we actually get to see LeBron James in a different element, where we kind of have seen it in certain moments where like he's basically the standing coach, especially for the Lakers as well. Like if you're a Lakers fan, you're seeing him like in certain mic'd up moments telling the coaching staff what the next move has got to be on the court. But him and JJ Redick actually just going really deep into basketball, the nuance of basketball and the nuance of different plays and things like that. What do you guys think?
Remember that time in the finals versus the Warriors when he told you to play they run play for play?
Yeah.
Like play for play, set for set, call for call, like back-to-back plays, not one play. Like he was telling you like down the stretch what plays was being run, and like people was like, what the hell? Like the guy have a photographic memory. Like they say he's very smart. Yeah. He's a very smart basketball player. But what do we think? I'm going to go see him because I'm going to be short. I love it because it's real hoop, bro. You get to listen to real hoop, bro. None of that nerd talking about Boston is the best team because, look, we got the #1 record. No, it's going to be real hoop. Like, yo, X's and O's and the P's and the Q's and like the back screens, and it's gonna be real hoop, bro. Like dunker spot, all that. Like, you know what I'm saying, bro? Hammer street, like you're gonna be hearing about real hoop, bro. None of this rolling talking about JB and JT is the best players because of this and that, bro. Like that's fake hoop, bro. That's rolling imagination, fam. But I love it though. I'm gonna be listening to it.
Don't worry, bro. I'm telling you, round 1, I'm ready for you, man. Don't worry.
Careful what you wish for.
I'm ready, round 1.
Hey, listen, big up to Jess first and foremost.
Yeah,
we hope there's a few more years, Jess. Still, we need a few more years. But I love the podcast. I love the way that they spoke about plays and how plays differentiate between either team, and even in between those conversations, JJ was describing that they had the words of describing what the play was, the terminology. And he would kind of break down the play, show a clip or show it on the whiteboard exactly how those things would work out. It was simple pick and rolls, more complex ones, and vice versa. But I think a really interesting conversation, which is what the entire podcast was about, was what makes a great basketball player, what makes a great NBA player. And it was an interesting conversation because it got a lot of people talking. It even got me thinking in regards to what I think makes a great athlete or makes a great NBA player. And when I look at the situation, you know, we always talk about using your physical gifts and developing your mind as an athlete. But a lot of things that I feel like aren't spoken about enough is that grind to get to your goal. I feel like as a kid, if you're a basketballer, the aim is to get to the NBA, and that is your goal for the long term. If you're a footballer, your aim is to get to the senior team. I don't know, if you're in England, get to the Premier League, Spain, La Liga, Bundesliga, Liga 1, Serie A, play for your national team, and so on. But I feel like the difference between a good NBA player and a great NBA player is that they are always constantly setting goals and objectives, whether it's individual goals or team goals. So you'll see some guys, they'll rest once they get to the league. Maybe they get that big contract and we never see them hit the heights. But there are guys like LeBron James, there are guys like Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard, all of those guys who season upon season, maybe even day in, day out, week in, week out, month in, month out, they're constantly setting goals. And even when it looks like they've achieved everything, they still find a way to be driven, to have a driven mindset to push them towards winning championship, MVPs, Defensive Player of the Years, all NBA accolades, those things that are going to extend their legacy. And I think that's the most important thing. Just being great in general, you can't really rest on your previous success. You can celebrate it, you can appreciate it, you can give yourself flowers from time to time, but it's always about what you can do tomorrow rather than what you did yesterday. And I think we all know this. It's a what have you done for me lately type world we're living in right now. Short attention spans. People always look at what you're doing right now rather than, oh, you know, you won an MVP last year. No. What are they doing? Are they on a 5-game losing streak? They've fallen off. They're not as good as they were. Their MVP was fraudulent. That's the type of world we live in. So it's always about athletes, great people in general, staying driven, staying motivated, creating individual and group objectives that they can stick by and they understand will take them to that next point so that they can reassess, reevaluate, and then go again. And it's almost that cycle of success that just keeps you going, keeps you hungry, and keeps you just motivated to achieve more and to be more.
Yeah. I think the thing I liked about the podcast was just that they were just breaking things down. Like some of the terminology is gonna be only to the people that have really played the game. Like, so giving us like people that are actually interested, like to be able to watch it and like seeing like, especially like seeing LeBron in that kind of element where like we don't necessarily get to see that side of him at all, right? Like we only see him on the court, but he offers a lot more. Obviously, I'm sure he's done a lot of coaching and stuff with both of his sons and everything like that. So now we get to see it on a big screen, and like it's gonna be something hopefully that will be kind of regular. I don't know how it works with him because obviously I don't even know when this was filmed. To be fair, it could have been.
I think they said they plan on doing it every week. I could be wrong, but
if they're doing it every week, then that's great for the ones that actually want to watch it. But like, it's also going to be interesting how it will really expose a lot of the current podcasts and things that are out there, because a lot of it is not coming from a player's perspective. It's coming from media and people that haven't played the game or don't play the game, and you know they're journalists essentially, and they cover it. So seeing it from people that have both former players that have played the game and like one is currently still active as well. Like it's actually like going to be refreshing as well, like to listen to. So yeah, like, I'm ready, man. I'm ready to learn a lot from listening to the podcast, to be fair. But yeah,
like you said, bro, it's a different level of conversation. A lot of us will tend to speak about what's happening. They're actually talking about the game.
Yeah,
like they're actually telling us what's going down, what the terminologies are. Some of those things I've never heard before.
Yeah,
Breaking down plays, seeing those things and how teams can counteract those plays. Speaking about how certain players even react. Like another interesting thing that I got from it, right? LeBron was talking about plays out of a timeout, and sometime they might have a specific play that everybody's used to, and then you might want to flip it to the opposite side of the court.
Yeah.
And then guys are confused. They don't understand how to initiate that play all of a sudden. That tells you how intricate, how difficult it is to even be a professional in that space. You're already a professional athlete, but to elevate, to be on a higher level and to understand the game on the level that a LeBron James does, the top guys do, it's something that takes a long-term dedication, understanding, and great coaching.
Yeah, that must be because when I heard that must be frustrating for someone like LeBron James, where it's like he understands what needs to happen in this scenario. Okay, we need to flip the play to the opposite side. So if we're doing it on the right hand side, we should be doing it on the left hand side. But the players that are on his team, they don't know this. So he's basically having to be the coach on the court and saying, okay, we need to do the same thing we did in the previous play, but flip it to the opposite side. And players will look at, so that famous meme where Austin Reeves was kind of confused after LeBron was like saying, like that looks like it was a scenario where LeBron's already seen a scenario, he knows what needs to be done, and he's telling his teammate, and his teammate doesn't know what the hell you just said, but he's just gonna try and run it anyway. But like, yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like, big up to NN, he's saying, nice step away from the agenda filled podcast and TV hot takes. Yeah, like I reckon it's gonna really blow a lot of it out. If they're doing it on a weekly basis, it's not gonna be we're gonna see some real competition with like some of the like ESPNs and like
it's already the number one podcast, bro.
Podcast. It's dead, it ain't even real ball. It's just him talking shit, bro.
The Draymond, yeah, bro. There's a lot of stuff. Yeah, the Draymond Green, the first takes, the
podcast P. That's a great pod.
Like
you got the Pat Bev one now.
Yeah, the Pat Bev. Like, there's gonna be a lot of stuff going like in the toilet, like because LeBron's here now. Like, so it's gonna be interesting. But yo, good way to end it, people. Once again, thank you for tuning in to the Big Free Show with myself, CM, and Chino. Make sure you're hitting the like and subscribe buttons. As always, I'm gonna let the man them say their piece before we get out of here, man.
Hey, big up to Roland, big up to Chino, big up to Legend, big up to everybody inside that showed love during this show. As always, weekly, Thursday, 10 p.m. UK time. Make sure you hit a like, subscribe, and you can check me out at CM22ENT on YouTube and Twitch. So yeah, thank you guys for showing some love.
There we go, man. Man like Chino, man. Sign us off, man. You and Baby Legend, bro.
Yo, big up. Yeah. I don't know what to say. Yeah, I'm just ready to beat the Celtics, bro. At the end of the day, bro.
Come on. I'm ready, man. Round one, fam. I need it. Round one, fam.
No.
We need it round one.
No, we need it in the Eastern Conference Finals.
We need it in round one, fam. I'm ready.
I don't want to send you home that. I want the heartbreak. So
I want to send you home. The one thing I'm looking forward to.
I want your fans to be like, we were so close. We were right there.
It should have been me.
That's like you were doing last year.
It should have been me. After that game six in Miami, bro, with the DUI finish, I was like, yeah, that's us. It's us now. It's our time.
Y'all shouldn't even won that game, bro.
No, we should have won that game because that foul that they gave to Jimmy Butler, the free.
No, you shouldn't. If freaking Max Strus and whoever boxed out, bro, y'all shouldn't even won that game.
you guys shouldn't have got those free free throws by Jimmy Butler because no one fouled him on that free. You remember?
Yeah.
Let's not lie.
Yeah.
Because Al Horford didn't even touch him. Or somehow the ref said it was a foul, bro. So what are we talking about? Jimmy
That
got
was
those
a
free.
foul.
It wasn't a foul, bro. You know it wasn't a foul, bro.
Stop it, man. That was a foul.
Come on, man. Come on.
Stop it, bro.
Big Al, you know.
Hey.
We'll see you, man, though.
Wait, hold on. We got an announcement, man. A man is celebrating his birthday in like 7 minutes, man. So
CM, it's your birthday?
So we're gonna say happy birthday to CM on the stream and advance.
In 7 minutes.
Come on.
Wait 7 minutes. Give me more time to talk shit to these dead Boston.
We can wait. Bro. Let's continue.
Real quick though, before we go, because
wait.
7 minutes. CM, bro, I'm not talking to you, Roland. CM,
huh?
How you
take from the stream? Get out of here, bro. You think you are, bro?
Nah, fam. Hey.
All right. Go on, Roland.
In fact, back, Chino.
Roland, what tweet you gonna say? Yeah, boy. You go on. You see that shine? Wait till me hold it, man. One rock claw lick me and back time. Yeah, go on. Go on, man. Me say me I come from the top to the me I come right down almighty. See him. Real shit though. How you feel though about the boys? No, I'm not gonna lie to him. Them little niggas need to stop that their post game interview, bro. All that barking and shit, bro. Like they need to grow up, bro.
Hey, it's good vibes, man. Let them be youthful. Let them be youthful.
I was so mad when we lost that game to y'all, bro. Bro, we lost 2 games to Dallas and then to you, man, in the 4th quarter, bro, giving up the lead because I knew it was gonna come with some corny shit, bro. We didn't get the shade caption, but we got a corny interview, bro. It was so corny, bro.
Nah, you know the one that killed me, yeah. You know when they were interviewing Shay, I forgot what game it was,
yeah.
And when they were saying like the interview goes, so where's the consistency? And he goes, my whole life is consistent, yeah. Then they was like, yo, that made me laugh. That made me laugh. I can't lie.
Hey, they're always bringing the vibes, man. But
it's good chemistry. Good chemistry. You can tell.
I was saying to Super Nick earlier, like I didn't expect us to be in this position so quickly. So, there's always conversations of young teams going in the playoffs. I remember the Cleveland Cavaliers and what happened last year. And for me, like a win for us would be getting out of the first round, first and foremost. That's my personal things, right? But my hope is that we don't put ourselves in a position where the narrative swiftly changes. Maybe not for me, but for the mass media and the audience, because a lot of things can happen. Potentially you don't have a good playoff series, stuff like that, and things can change. But for this OKC side, there's a lot of development to even go. So the fact that we're in this position right now is very promising, and we have a lot of unique players, young players. Because even when you look at SGA, he's played with the Clippers, big games. Comes over to OKC, he's learned from guys like Chris Paul, Lou Dort, and him playing in that playoff series against Houston in the first round of the playoffs, and just getting that experience and passing it on to the likes of J-Dub, Chet Holmgren, who's been he had his year where he's learned, he's been with the staff, and now he's implementing those teachings too, and showing how good of a player he has, and he's grown leaps and bounds also this season, not just as a defender, but as a scorer, as an all-round player. So we're in a unique scenario, I feel like, where we've steadily grown. We have players who have been able to almost help some of our younger guys coming into the team grow even quicker than maybe first expected. So I'm excited to see what comes of this team come playoff time for real.
Right. I mean, it's gonna be interesting, man. Like, because everything changes as soon as we get into the playoffs, man. Like, just the way the just the way the basketball's been being played. Like this NBA is not really big on defense, to be honest with you. Like just across the board. So like how that the flick of the switch is going to be pretty interesting. I can't lie to you. As soon as we hit those playoffs, it's going to be some interesting games still. All right, so let's put this to the side. Yeah, like okay, we're going to talk a bit of football now. Yeah, for the last couple of minutes before we wish Sia happy birthday. You know? That Liverpool game, yeah, United Liverpool game, yeah. How was you man feeling when I was watching the game? I was like, I always had a thought that United were going to come back into that game. I could just the way they were playing.
Yeah, like, we was the better team in the first half, definitely. There was time though, like the 2 goals Liverpool scored, it's just the old United kicked in. But I love how they didn't give up and they fight back again in the second half. But like those 2 goals back to back, bro, they were just dead, bro. Like the Liverpool goals was just dead, bro. Like
it's simple mistakes, man. Individual mistakes, just no closing down. You know the Harvey Elliott one, yeah. Like I can't fault Kobe Mainoo. He came a bit too like late, but it's like you gotta be more switched on than that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Down, like you should.
All I know is I asked for an Ahmad winner and I got it, bro. No, you know what, too, bro? Fuck the ref, bro. Because the first yellow card was dead, bro. Because, bro, he is telling him that's not where the foul happened. And the ref is pointing where the foul happened. So why are you going to give him a card if he's stopping them from kicking off from furthermore? Like, no, they need to go back, bro. And he gave him a yellow card, bro. Like, that's dead, bro.
I mean,
I knew we had them though.
I mean, you shouldn't. But I mean, in that situation, I still don't understand why. I mean, I understand why they booked them, but it's just like, come on, bro.
Like the thing I don't understand, especially because he's wearing something under. So what's the point of the booking anymore?
Yeah, like it's kind of crazy, but
the second yellow. I was talking about the first one, bro.
No. I know you're talking about the first one, bro. But the second one was just like it's just pointless. Bro.
Yeah, they say blame that dickhead. What's his name? What's his name? Is it Falcao?
Dude.
They say it's one of those South American dons, bro. Man was running around making tackles, bro. After he scored and took his shirt off, came back on the field running around making tackles.
Diego Forlan.
Yeah, bro. Like what?
Brother, Forlan was crazy, man.
Oh yeah, like, happy birthday, CM. Big up, man. CM. More life, bro.
Thank you.
What's you today? Like 19?
Nah, bro. I'm 23.
Bro, where, bro? You ain't got no chin on it, bro. What you talking about, bro?
Wait. What do you mean? Hey, I'm only 19, not JT, man. It is what it is.
I like that one. Hey, CM, he's been 19 for 8 years, bro. He's been 19 for 8 years. But now, happy birthday, my brother.
Thank you. Thank you, man.
Success, you know what I'm saying?
I hope you enjoy it.
Just keep treading the right part, you know what I'm saying? You know, don't be trying to be like Ja and them, man. You know what I'm saying? Just keep going down, because I know Momsy got you on the straight, you know, Don't be trying to link up with Ja, because Ja's bad influence, you know. Ja won't leave the Glock alone, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? But but seriously though, bro, I'm happy, bro. Happy birthday, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's a good thing to celebrate, you know what I'm saying, another year, because I know you know people that ain't lived to see your age. I definitely know people that ain't lived to see my age. And it's sad, you know what I'm saying? I lost friends when I was 13, 14. Like, not to like violence, but like just health problems and shit like that. But it's always good when, you know, the man above bless us to see another year. So enjoy it later, bro, after you sleep and wake up, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you're drinking age, you know what I'm saying? Crack a cold one for me. Cheers, man.
Come on, man. Thank you, bro.
So hard, bro.
Nah, man.
Slap him in the head, you know. I'm gonna slap rolling in the head, you know.
Hey, when I see you, I don't care how tall you are, bro. I'm swinging. I don't care. I don't care.
Hey, Rodden's gonna have to kick him in the legs first a week and then get him in the knees. Boop.
Hey, CM, I'm sweeping his foot. Hey, CM, I'm giving him one of the pepper tackles, bro. I'm sweeping his foot from under him, bro.
When I see you, the first thing I'm doing is swinging, bro. I don't care who's there, bro. I'm swinging.
I'm telling you, fam, I'm sweeping his foot.
I don't care. I don't care who they are, bro. I'm taking them down, bro. It has to happen,
man.
You know what I'm saying?
You got plans today, though, CM?
Huh?
You got plans for the day?
Hey, man, just chilling and do some cooking.
Hey.
That's man. I'm a fire up the jerk pan.
Yeah, jerk pan. Coming down the wing, jerk pan. Hey, Roland, where were you? You weren't there, Roland, when Jerk Pan FC was running down the wing.
Hey, Jerk Pan FC is still rolling, bro.
Hey, bro.
We're still there.
I need to get my
vibes.
Hey.
Bro, his shit be glistening and he's on the indoor, bro. Can you imagine when the sun hit that shit, bro? Oh my God.
Hey. Man needs to start speaking about my blessings from God, fam. You know what I'm saying? Man shining light on me, bro. So wherever I go, you see the light.
Hey, what's that song? Under the lights, under the lights.
So yeah, that man needs to stop, bro.
When Roland step out in the sun, bro, his head be like, shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright.
See, look. Hey, man, I don't need you coming in here to speak. You want to know why? Where you live and the winter.
Hey, they're cooking my brother in the comments. Hey, yo,
they punished you lot, bro.
No, they're for real though.
I don't see sun in this country anymore. There's no sun in this country anymore, bro.
Hey, Roland, I'm sorry. I take back everything I say, bro. I gotta see my kids grow up, bro. I gotta walk my daughter down the aisle. Don't send no hits, bro. I'm here, bro.
For you,
we know you be taking care of the hits, bro.
Personally, I'm coming there, bro, myself.
Hitman 47.
I'm
relax,
coming there
Hitman
myself,
47,
bro. And the first thing when I come and step up the plate, I'm swinging, bro.
Hey, Chino, fam. He's gonna slap a barcode in the back of your head, fam.
I said Agent 47. Leave me alone.
Agent 47, bro. Relax,
alone, bro. Leave me alone,
bro.
Hey, CM, look, another year, bro. I hope it's a successful one for you. You know what I'm saying? Anything that you want, anything you put your mind to, you got it for sure. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you make it happen this year, man. Enjoy the day as well. Whatever you do in terms of whatever activities you do, if you're just going to be chilling, enjoy the day as much as you can to the fullest because it's another year to celebrate. You get me? So, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you very much, bro.
On that note, people, we're going to end the show right here. Big up to everybody that's been in the chat from the beginning. We appreciate the support as always. Make sure you're hitting the like button, subscribe button as well if you're new. Make sure you
big up. Thanks you guys for always coming out, hanging out with us, speaking balls. Drop a like on the video. You know what I'm saying? Always enjoying our company, our foolishness. But yeah, we appreciate you guys.
Big up everyone. We out. Peace.